This is Neil Ratner Rock Doc here on WDST Radio Woodstock with another episode of This Week in Rock with support from Transcendental and my friend, the amazing dentist and rock star Bruce Milner. Visit Transcendental, his stunning new office at 2 Maverick Road on the corner of Maverick Road and Route 375. This past week, Donald Fagen celebrated his 77th birthday. Best known as the co-founder, lead singer, and keyboardist for Steely Dan, Donald considers himself self-taught, although he did spend a few semesters studying formally at Berklee College of Music and took some vocal lessons in the mid-70s. Fagen met Walter Becker at Bard College, and the two played together in a variety of bands, including the touring band of Jay and the Americans. After leaving the band, they moved to Brooklyn and went to peddle their tunes in the Brill Building in Midtown Manhattan and were hired as songwriters by producer Gary Katz at ABC Records. Realizing that their songs were too complex for others, at Katz's suggestion, Fagen and Becker formed their own band with guitarist Denny Diaz and Jeff Skunk Baxter, drummer Jim Hoder, and singer David Palmer, and Katz signed them to a deal as recording artists. The band enjoyed critical and commercial success with 7 studio albums, peaking with their top-selling album, Asia, released in 1977. However, as Fagen relates, by the end of the 70s, it was time he and Walter Becker parted ways for a while.
Walter and I, took a break starting in 79 or 80. I met Libby Titus, who was doing these shows in restaurants. She would produce these really funny, really entertaining shows that had some comedy and music. And we both came up with the idea of this kind of rock and soul review idea. We'd get people to come down because they all love those tunes. A lot of fun doing that stuff. And then we had an opportunity to take it on the road. And so we got, I called Mike McDonald and Bob Skaggs and Chuck Jackson, Phoebe Snow, and took it on the road, and it was really fun. That's how Walter got back. The second year we did that, he was in town, and he sat in a few times, and we did a Steely Dan song, and everyone was out, so we'd say, hey, why don't we try getting a new band together?
Since reuniting in 1993, Steely Dan has toured steadily, even after Walter Becker's death in 2017, when Fagen reluctantly continued the group with himself as the sole official member. Reelin in the Years was the second single from Steely Dan's debut album Can't Buy a Thrill. Invited to the studio by band member Skunk Baxter, guitarist Elliot Randall stopped by for a listen and ended up playing the guitar solo, which Jimmy Page has called his favorite guitar solo of all time. All right, let's listen. Steely Dan and Reelin in the Years.